less than a week, your doorstep could be filled with ghosts and goblins as Valley children celebrate Halloween by trick-or-treating.
But for some Valley residents, Halloween isn't a night of fun and costumes, but a serious holiday.
They are witches, and they consider Halloween a night when the curtain between the living and the dead is open. And that's a belief that's causing many area Christians to keep their kids out of costume.
Carol Archer brings us this report.
They may not be standing over boiling cauldrons, but this is a gathering of Valley witches. They are celebrating the coming of one of their most important holidays, Halloween.
Is when the spirits of the living and the dead are more in touch with each other. That's also the reason for the costumes and all of the other things associated with it.
The witches say they are pagans, not devil worshippers. This man and his wife are both witches. They say they can't show their faces because they could lose their jobs, but they felt it was important to explain their religion. They worship gods and goddesses.
Their whole pantheon, she's like the Virgin Mary almost.
They say Halloween is the witches' new year, a time to honor the dead and reflect on one's life.
It is a very, very holy and sacred holiday, solemn holiday for us.
It is also a day when the division or the veil between the physical world and the spiritual world is at its thinnest point.
So that more magic can be done?
More magic.
More power?
Well, it's a day that more energies are there.
Because Halloween is a pagan holiday, many Christian organizations are urging their parishioners to steer clear of the holiday, and are offering alternatives.
Scripture teaches us that we are not to have anything to do with those kinds of, that side of the supernatural.
Instead of dressing up in costumes and trick-or-treating, Kirkpatrick is urging parents to bring their children to a fall harvest carnival on Halloween. His church will have a carnival in the parking lot.
Let's celebrate life. Let's celebrate relation with Jesus Christ.
And don't focus on death and demons and scary things.
Right, absolutely.
If the trend catches on, the candles will be blown out for good on jack-o'-lanterns, giving the ancient holiday back to witches. Carol Archer, Channel 10 News.
That Fall Harvest Carnival is on Halloween from 5 to 8 p.m. at 6145 North 36th Street, and there will be food, fun, games, and free candy.
The weekend is almost over, but there is still time for some fun. So if you're in the mood for a little adventure, you might want to head on out to the State Fair at 19th Avenue at McDowell. You can jump on a ride like some of these folks did, or perhaps sample some food at all of the booths that they have there. Or you can take the kids to play on some of the games they have. Remember, there is always live performers, and they have some really good live performances there.
They do, and you know that slide?
Yeah.
I tried that once, and it's scary. There's nothing to hold on to.
You
just out of control. Yeah. A lot of fun. Well, the Suns are playing the Bucks at this hour.
That's right, but the Cardinals played the Eagles earlier today, and we're going to find out why this Battle of the Birds was for the birds when we come back.
Your contributions to the Valley of the Sun United Way help fund local agencies like the Tempe Community Council, a social service agency. You and the United Way, a team helping our valley every day.
Our federal government has become a study in waste, a study in how elected officials cater to special interests rather than serve the interests of the American people. A bureaucracy that has poured $100,000 into a study of how to avoid falling spacecraft, $250,000 to study TV lighting for the U.S. Senate, and $19 million to study gas emissions from cows. The American people need to teach Washington a lesson in economics. We need to choose a candidate with the business sense to streamline spending and balance budgets. A candidate who will stop our government from throwing away our hard-earned money. This is no time to waste our votes on politics as usual. It is time for a candidate who will get down to business. It is time for Ross Perot.
When you have pizza, there should be enough for everyone. That's why I make an extra large Peter Piper pizza. A pepperoni extra large only costs $6.99. At Pizza Hut, you pay $8.49 for this little thing. You get 5 pieces more with my extra large 16-inch pizza. Theirs is only 11 inches. So if you haven't tried Peter Piper lately, you're missing a lot more than you think. A one-topping extra large for only $6.99. Bring the kids and come on over to Peter Piper Pizza.
The choice for U.S. Senate is clear. Evan Mecham, Arizona's only impeached governor. Claire Sargent, an ultra-liberal who, according to the Arizona Republic, has run a grating and negative campaign. Or John McCain, who has fought against wasteful government spending, has worked to protect the environment and help people in need. Says the Republic, McCain has been an energetic and effective senator. John McCain, he's earned our trust. He's earned another term.
They lost, but it was a close game.
Yeah, not a lot of solace, but a lot of good things happened. Count them, five quarterback sacks on Randall Cunningham. Anytime you can get him once, as elusive as he is, you think things would bode well. But Herschel Walker rushed for over 100 yards for Philly, and some other things happened. For example, the Cardinals' defense didn't score when they had a good chance to do it. It's not the twilight zone. It's not the highlight zone. It's an area called the red zone, the area inside an opponent's 20-yard line. And against the Eagles, the Cardinals come away from the red zone red-faced. Show you what I mean. Late second quarter, Johnny Bailey from 3 yards out. No. Chris Chandler tries it. Eagles were offside, so the Cardinals try it again. Nuh-uh. Eagles were offside again. Cardinals one more time. Not on your life. How about another chance? No. Once more? And that was fourth down. Ball goes over to Seth Joyner and the Eagles. Now, earlier in the game, Randall Cunningham got about all day. Cards couldn't get to him here. Calvin Williams, somebody blew coverage. 40-yard touchdown, 7-0. Fourth quarter late, 7-3 Philly. Tim Rosenbaugh back at quarterback. No, this was fourth down. That effectively ends the ball game. Philly beats Phoenix 7-3. Elsewhere today in the NFL, the thriller from Lohmiller, or in more traditional terms, the Redskins versus the Vikings. Dennis Green of Minnesota, Joe Gibbs of Washington will watch their teams tangle. Here's Terry Allen from 1 yard out. Difference is he gets the ball across the goal line, getting the Vikings close. They would go ahead 13-12, but here's Chip Lohmiller, and this is what makes it the thriller. Time's running out, 49-yard field goal. The University of Minnesota product leaves all the Minnesotans saying, yeah, sure, you betcha, we're bummed out. 15-13. You see that one. Now, AFC tonight. Miami and Indy. Don Shula's team was undefeated. Jeff George, bootleg, 2 yards out, touchdown, 24-20 in favor of the Colts. Miami with a last chance to win it, driving. Dan Marino, though, picked off, literally picked off. Steve Impman, the big kid out of Washington, the ex-Husky. He's Husky, but, man, he's pretty fast. He takes this back 90 yards, and the Colts put the horseshoes to the Dolphins at Joe Robbie Stadium. Back to the NFC for the Bears and the Packers. Serious news involving a former ASU player, Brian Noble, carted from the field. He's getting movement back. That's a good sign. This was not a good sign for the Packers. Jim Harbaugh upstairs here. Keith Jennings makes the grab. The Bears. Looks like they're going to do it, right? Well, they would. Brett Favre here, though. Nifty reception by Sterling Sharp. Not sharp enough. 30-10, the Bears. So don't celebrate Packers. That was premature. NFL scoreboard. Look at this one. No need to adjust your screens. The Chargers, yes, the Chargers at Jack Murphy take care of the Broncos. 26-10, Oilers over the Bengals. 19-17, Rick's happy because the Brownies take care of the Patriots. Then again, just about everybody has declared treason against the Patriots this year. 28-13, Cowboys over the Raiders out of the Coliseum. 23-10, the Giants standing tall after beating the likes of Seattle. And the Lions, who were 1-5, they finally roar back and beat the Bucs in Tampa Bay 38-7. One other game's going on right now. Pittsburgh leading Kansas City 10-0 in the second quarter. We'll have the highlights for you tonight at 10. College football last night. Arizona State shines in both a record-ending and record-setting victory. The Sun Devils shutout of UCLA ends the Bruins' consecutive game scoring streak at 245 contests. That was an NCAA record. Meantime, ASU running back Kevin Galbraith sets a school record by carrying the ball 44 times, and he covers some ground. How much ground, you're asking? Well, first, it's Bruce Snyder. He's bummed out. He's lost Mario Bates, and he's lost George Montgomery. And last night, they lost Jerome Davidson, luckily just an ankle. He should be back next week. But here comes Galbraith, the fifth-year senior. How much ground did he cover? 183 yards. This touchdown made it 14-0. Sun Devils shut out the Bruins 20-0 last night at the Rose Bowl. Meantime, up in Berkeley, The Wildcat cheerleaders have a lot to be happy about. U of A goes to 17th in the poll against the Golden Bears, winning Brandon Sanders. 40-yard interception, touchdown, 17-3 Cats, and Dianne Ryan's proud of her alma mater. Later, the Cats special teams do it. Watch this. Heath Bray with a punt block. Cats come up with it. Arizona wins it 24-17. As I mentioned, the Cats 17th in the new AP poll. Of course, baseball season ended last night, and now the Blue Jays enjoy historic status as the first genuine world champions of our national pastime. Well, north of the border, an international team winning. Joe Carter getting some handshakes and hugs and stuff. Dave Winfield's excited. Everybody up in Toronto excited about the Jays, including Dave Winfield's wife.
All those guys did it. They should be so proud of themselves, because we sure are, I tell you.
How do you feel?
This is the greatest thing, I tell you. You never know how you're going to feel when you see it happen.
They won. They won it. And I think it's understandable why she's happy. I kind of fibbed you guys. The Suns and Bucks are tipping off in about 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
We'll have the highlights of that one. See if the Suns can remain undefeated in NBA preseason.
You know, it may be a Canadian team, but there are a lot of Americans that play on that team.
Sure, that's the thing. Yeah. So we know the difference.
Yeah. Okay, when the city of Phoenix closed the downtown area today, thousands of Valley residents took to the streets.
That's right. When we return, we're going to show you how these people spent their Sunday on Central. Stay with us.
We Americans share a heritage of freedom guaranteed us by our Constitution. Some of those freedoms, particularly the freedom of choice by a woman, are being threatened today, particularly by Proposition 110. 110 is not good for our freedom. It's not good for Arizona. Vote against 110.
Keep government out of our private lives. Vote no on Proposition 110.
Midway sells more new Chevys and Geos than any other dealer in Arizona. The reason is simple. Better prices, better deals. Like a new Geo Storm for only $199 down and $199 a month, including factory air, AM/FM stereo cassette, power steering, and driver's side airbag. When you're shopping for a new car or truck, find out for yourself why we're #1. Midway Chevrolet Geo on Bell Road at I-17.
If you're going to be president, you have to be honest.
Bill Clinton is telling anything honestly to the American people.
I don't think he tells the truth. I think he evades a lot of questions.
I don't think he's honorable. I don't think he's trustworthy.
One minute he said he didn't, next he said he did.
I wouldn't trust him at all to be commander-in-chief.
He dodged the draft. He can't be straight on anything.
Bill Clinton seems to be for everything that everybody asks for.
I think there's a pattern, and I just don't trust Bill Clinton. I can't trust anything that he says.
I knew that. Navajo Reservation. Time for weather again, and beautiful.
Clear.
Yeah, we're happy. We're happy.
It's going to be great. Clearing out tonight. Chance for an isolated thunderstorm up in the mountains. And Monday, Tuesday here in the valley, sunny and warmer, so get up to 90. And then we'll cool down later in the week.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, usually when Main Street is closed down in downtown Phoenix, it causes quite a commotion.
That's right. Well, today was no different when the city of Phoenix closed down Central Avenue between Osborne and McDowell for the second annual Sunday on Central Street Festival. Thousands of Valley families gathered to participate in the fun. And that includes a few members of our Channel 10 family. Bob Bruce and June Thompson were on hand at the Cardinal Sports Center, throwing footballs and watching TV. And I was there, too. Hey, all right. I got involved in the... I had the chance to MC the Just Plain Fun costume parade.
Batman. There's the Batman.
That's right. We had Batman. We had a bunch of bats.
There's Spider-Man.
And,
there's Bat Dog.
And a lot of people had their dogs involved, too. We had a good time.
There's the Batman again.
It was sponsored by Southwest Airlines and Sunny 97 Radio, and a good time was
had by
all.
I like Batman.
Well, that's it for this edition of Channel 10 News at 6 o'clock.
We leave you tonight with a Channel 10 hello from folks enjoying events at today's Sunday on Central.